when all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars.
Ganthet origin explored. So, everyone knows by now that the Guardians of the Universe created the Green Lantern Corps to combat evil and maintain peace in the cosmos. But have you ever wondered why the Guardians of the Universe decided to undertake the task? Let us explore the reason for that through the story of Ganthet, the oldest of the Guardians of the Universe who is still alive and the last of the Maltusians who made the journey from Maltus to Oa. And for those of you who might not remember, Oa is the planet located at the center of the universe that acts as the base for the Green Lantern Corps and the home of their central power battery. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Ganthet backstory explored. So, what is the history of the secretive Guardians of the Universe? The Guardians of the Universe were a group that were a part of an ancient race of aliens who had reached the peak of their civilization when life was just beginning across the rest of the cosmos. The blue-skinned aliens, who were known as the Maltusians, were so technologically advanced that their leading scientist created a time machine that allowed him to witness the birth of the universe. Krona, who was the leading scientist, also turned up as a villain of the Green Lantern Corps. The actions of Krona had dire consequences, which would have led to the complete annihilation of the universe. When Krona peered into the origin of the universe, he unleashed huge amounts of antimatter into the cosmos and stole almost 1 billion years from the lifespan of the universe. Thus, the antimatter universe was created and evil began to spread throughout the universe. So, a group of Maltusians decided that it was their job and duty to save the universe. They chose the planet Oa, which was located at the center of the universe, as their base of their operations. They called themselves the Guardians of the Universe and created the Manhunters, an intergalactic peacekeeping force. Their attempt failed spectacularly as a glitch in the Manhunters programming caused them to malfunction and hunt people without reason. The Green Lantern Corps was created as a result of this mishap. Now, let us take a look at the oldest surviving member of the Guardians of the Universe. Ganthet is unique among the Guardians of the Universe in that he has a strong sense of individuality and empathy. He believes that the Guardians of the Universe should embrace their emotions to better safeguard the universe. These qualities have often created problems with his fellow Guardians. Ganthet made his first appearance in Green Lantern Ganthet's Tale. He was created by Larry Niven and John Byrne. At the time of his introduction, Ganthet was depicted as a renegade guardian who was scorned among the ranks of his peers due to his non-conformist attitude. Over the years, Ganthet's character has evolved, and he has become one of the most prominent members of the Green Lantern world. One of the defining traits of Ganthet is his empathy towards other beings. Unlike the other Guardians, who view the universe cold and detachedly, Ganthet can form emotional connections with the creatures he encounters. This characteristic of Ganthet makes him one of the few Guardians of the Universe who the Green Lanterns feel comfortable with. Ganthet's empathy has also put him at odds with the other Guardians on several occasions. Despite his disagreements with the other Guardians, Ganthet remains committed to protecting the universe from harm. He has been instrumental in the fight against many of the Green Lantern Corps' greatest enemies, including the villainous Sinestro and the entity of fear known as Parallax. Ganthet also played a pivotal role in the events leading up to the Blackest Night, which saw the rise of Necron, the Lord of the Unliving, and the Black Lantern Corps, along with the resurrection of many deceased characters. The destruction of the central power battery made Ganthet create a time machine to view the birth of the cosmos just like Krona did. But Ganthet was soon driven insane due to his actions as he learned secrets about his race, who were in reality primitive and savage beings. Ganthet decided that he needed a vacation to correct his state of mind and left the Guardians of the Universe. It was during this time that Ganthet realized that another being was attempting to do the same thing that he and Krona had done before. With the assistance of Hal Jordan, one of the legendary Green Lanterns of the Green Lantern Corps, and Percival, a Green Lantern who was personally recruited by Ganthet, he was able to stop the actions of the rogue Guardian, Blackest, who was also known as Dolly. Thank God he has an easier name to pronounce. Ganthet knew that his fellow Guardians of the Universe were secretive in nature and would seek to bury the incidents that took place. So, in order to have a safety backup, he protected the mind of Hal Jordan so that he would remember one of the secrets the Guardians of the Universe were trying to hide. But unfortunately, during the Emerald Twilight incident, the destruction of Coast City caused Hal Jordan to lose his mind, and he ended up going insane. In his state of madness, Hal Jordan went on a rampage and destroyed the central power battery situated in Oa. It is later revealed that this was a scheme of Parallax, the entity of fear who was imprisoned inside the central power battery by the Guardians of the Universe. As the Guardians of the Universe were defeated and lying on their deathbed, they concentrated all their collective powers and sent it to Ganthet, which made him the last of the original Guardians that made the journey from Maltus to Oa, the center of the universe. Ganthet created one last Green Lantern ring out of the destroyed remains of Hal Jordan's ring and decided to give it to Kyle Rayner from the planet Earth. Ganthet was not impressed by the capabilities of Kyle Rayner and was contemplating his choice in choosing him as a member of the Green Lantern Corps. But Kyle Rayner proved him wrong by challenging Parallax without the aid of his Green Lantern ring. Ganthet was also a member of a group of powerful beings called the Quintessence. The group's members such as Zeus, Hera, Highfather, Phantom Stranger, the Wizard, and Spectre kept watch over the entire universe, especially Earth. But the Quintessence never got directly involved in the affairs of the cosmos. This kind of reminds us of the Watcher from Marvel Comics. Marvelous story arc of Ganthet. Well, now that we are done with the history of the Guardians of the Universe and have gotten a better understanding of the character Ganthet, let us take a look at some of the fantastic storylines that the character has been a part of. The Entity of Will and the revival of the Green Lantern Corps. After the incidents of the final night, Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern chosen by Ganthet, absorbed the residual powers of the sun to ascend into the powerful Entity of Will, Ion. The Entity Ion was rumored to be even more powerful than his pseudo-brother Parallax, the Entity of Fear. Upon realizing that the nearly omnipotent power that Ion granted him came with a cost, which was his humanity, Kyle Rayner decided he would utilize his abilities to recharge the fallen central power battery that resided in Oa. He used his power to restore the central power battery, which led to the creation of new Guardians of the Universe. The recently born Guardians were just young children, and it was up to Ganthet to raise them. After a misunderstanding occurred concerning one of the young Guardians, Ganthet realized he was arrogant in his own abilities and decided to seek the help of the Zamorons, the group of aliens that created the Star Sapphire Corps, in raising the young Guardians of the Universe. Soon after this incident, Ganthet and Kyle Rayner realized that the memories of Kyle Rayner were modified by Parallax in their last fight. In an attempt to seek answers, Ganthet sent Kyle Rayner to retrieve the body of Hal Jordan. But members of the Green Lantern Corps such as Kilowog, who was under the influence of Parallax, attacked Kyle Rayner. Ganthet intervened, and Kyle Rayner successfully retrieved Hal Jordan's corpse, but a remnant of Parallax was still present inside it, which was only purged by the effort of Hal Jordan and the Spectre together. The freed Parallax possessed Ganthet, who was defeated by Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, and the combined efforts of the entire Green Lantern Corps. The young Guardians achieved adulthood during these incidents, but turned out as cold and emotionally distant as their predecessors, the only difference being the presence of female Guardians. But Ganthet did not lose hope in his philosophy and asked them to embrace their emotions. The war against the Sinestro Corps. Ganthet and a fellow Guardian of the Universe, Sade, were banished from the Order of the Guardians of the Universe after they voiced their disapproval of new laws in the Book of Oa that approved lethal action against the Sinestro Corps. The physical nature of the relationship between the emotional Guardians was also revealed during this time. The Entity of Fear, Parallax, made another appearance on Earth in an attempt to take revenge against the Green Lantern Corps members of Earth. Ganthet and Sade arrived in the nick of time to save the Green Lanterns and reveal the emotional energy spectrum that was created alongside the universe. The 7 colors of the emotional spectrum were green, that stood for will, yellow, that represented fear, violet, that portrayed love, red, that conveyed rage, indigo, which was compassion, orange, which was the manifestation of greed, and blue, which was the color of hope. After the revelation of the emotional spectrum and how each color derived their powers from their respective emotions, they came to the explanation of how each color on the emotional energy spectrum would have its own Lantern Corps. So as a result, the leaders of all the Lantern Corps would need to work together to stop the prophecy of the Black Knight. The creation of the Blue Lantern Corps. The war with the Sinestro Corps saw Ganthet and Sade seeking refuge on the planet of Odin. The exiled Guardians of the Universe attempted to create the Blue Lantern Corps by harnessing the power of the blue light of hope to provide the Green Lantern Corps with the assistance they would require to save the universe in the upcoming battles. The first Blue Lantern ring found its user in Space Sector 1, who was Saint Brody Walker. The new Guardians of Hope, Ganthet and Sade, spent a significant amount of time in training the Blue Lantern. They repeated the process with every Blue Lantern that joined the Blue Lantern Corps. In order to save Sinestro, who was under threat from the Green Lantern Corps and the Red Lantern Corps, Ganthet dispatched St. Brody Walker to the leader of the Yellow Lantern Corps, which was also known as Sinestro Corps. This led to the induction of the legendary Green Lantern Hal Jordan into the Blue Lantern Corps. Necron, the Lord of the Unliving, arrives. The Guardians of Hope and the Blue Lantern Corps were attacked by Agent Orange, also known as Larfleeze, and his Orange Lantern Corps. The greed-filled Orange Light Wielder wanted a Blue Lantern ring, which he had seen Hal Jordan wearing. The Guardians of the Universe had shown the kleptomaniac warrior where to find the ring he desired. The combined efforts of Hal Jordan, Sinestro, Indigo, and Carol Ferris, also known as Star Sapphire, saved the Blue Lantern Corps. The Guardians of Hope realized that in order to defeat Necron, the Lord of the Unliving and leader of the Black Lantern Corps, they would need the assistance of the Red Lantern Corps leader, Atrocitus, and the Orange Lantern Corps leader, Larfleeze, who was also known as Agent Orange. But a problem occurred in securing the help of Larfleeze, who was notoriously known for his greed. Therefore, Sade decided to become a Guardian of the Orange Lantern Corps after Larfleeze helped defeat the threat of Necron from the Black Lantern Corps. Ganthet was not happy about his decision, but Larfleeze's desire for a guardian for his Orange Lantern Corps made this the only possible way to get help. After the deal was made, Ganthet and Sade, along with Atrocitus and Larfleeze, arrived at Coast City to battle the Black Lantern Corps. With the help of the leaders of all the Lantern Corps, Ganthet tried to rescue the Lanterns who were trapped, but the rescue attempts failed, and Ganthet used a copy of Hal Jordan's Green Lantern ring to make himself a member of the Green Lantern Corps. However, this move was not enough to defeat Nekron, the Entity of Death. A similarly powerful entity was needed to defeat Nekron, so Ganthet released the incarcerated Parallax, who used Hal Jordan as his host to defeat the Lord of the Unliving, Nekron. The arrival of the Entity of Life soon tipped the battle in favor of the Lantern Corps. Ganthet revealed that the entity was hidden on Earth because life began on the planet contrary to what the Guardians of the Universe had said. This enraged Sinestro, who proceeded to control the Entity of Life but failed to do so. Hal Jordan's attempt at cooperating with the Entity of Life ended up being successful, and he created the White Lantern Corps. The seemingly endless battle with Nekron drew to an end with the defeat of Black Hand, who was the tether of Nekron. The Cyborg, Superman, and Alpha Lanterns. The Brightest Day arc began with Ganthet officially submitting his resignation as a Guardian of the Universe. He also resigned as a Guardian of Hope and decided to become a Green Lantern in charge of Space Sector 0. His fellow Guardians of the Universe were not thrilled with his decision and tried to convince Ganthet to change his mind, but the stubborn Ganthet refused to shy away from one of the hardest decisions he ever had to make. The Guardians of the Universe eventually gave in, and Ganthet proceeded to forge himself a brand new Green Lantern ring along with the power battery. As the newly appointed Green Lantern of Space Sector 0, Ganthet became aware of the lack and the presence of Alpha Lanterns in the sector. Upon investigating the matter, Ganthet realized that the Alpha Lanterns were subjected to the will of Cyborg Superman, also known as Hank Henshaw, and that the Alpha Lanterns had betrayed the Guardians of the Universe and the Green Lantern Corps. But during the battle, Ganthet was rendered powerless in his fight against Cyborg Superman and felt sorrowful. The sight of the grief that filled Ganthet shows how truly powerful the emotion of grief can be. How powerful is Ganthet? After seeing all the amazing story arcs that Ganthet has been a part of, it has certainly made us curious about how powerful the character of Ganthet truly is. So let us take a look at the various powers and abilities that the Guardian of Hope, who is a previous Guardian of the Universe, possesses. Due to his status as one of the Guardians of the Universe, Ganthet was able to harness the green-colored light of will. The Owen physiology granted Ganthet the ability to wield the powers of a Green Lantern ring without being a Green Lantern himself. As the Guardians were vessels that held humongous amounts of cosmic energy, Ganthet was able to absorb and release energy and create constructs that were on a whole new level compared to the Green Lanterns. Later, as he became a Guardian of Hope, Ganthet was able to harness and wield the blue-colored light that signified hope of the Blue Lantern Corps too. Ganthet was blessed with immortality and invulnerability with abilities of telepathy and telekinesis. This made him a powerful character in the universe. He was also capable of healing, although it was not as potent as the healing power that belonged to the Star Sapphire Corps. Ganthet was able to speak and understand all languages present in the universe, which greatly helped him in understanding the different aspects of all living organisms. As a great leader, Ganthet was able to project energy and create force fields. He also had the ability of flight. He was capable of astral and holographic projection, along with reality, size, genetic, and time manipulation. He could control electricity and cast illusions too. No wonder Ganthet was classified as one of the most powerful Guardians of the universe.
Ring off the wrong guy. You ask me? You should give it back.
Ganthet appearance in other forms of media. Ganthet may be mistaken for Yoda, but the Guardian of Hope does not share any similarity to the green-skinned Master of the Force from Star Wars. Ganthet made an appearance in the animated series of Green Lantern, which was titled Green Lantern: The Animated Series. The Ganthet who was portrayed in the series was a member of the Guardians of the Universe. He was yet to become the Guardian of Hope and create the Blue Lantern Corps. Ganthet also made an appearance in the Injustice Gods Among Us comics, in which he played a significant role. Ganthet was seen trying to negotiate with Superman about his dictatorship, but the negotiations failed. Ganthet's powers and abilities were on full display as he fought through countless numbers of Sinestro Corps members. We also got to experience his fight with a yellow ring-wielding Superman. Ganthet has made an appearance in films such as Green Lantern: First Flight, Green Lantern: Emerald Knights, the 2011 live-action Green Lantern film, and Green Lantern: Beware My Power. Marvelous Verdict. A powerful character that played a vital role in saving the universe and maintaining balance, it is evident why Ganthet is held in such high regard by the Green Lanterns such as Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner. His empathy towards humans and other living organisms makes him a character that is worthy of his role as a herald of hope. The Guardian of Hope and the Green Lantern of Space Sector 0, it would be truly amazing to see this character explored on the big screens. So if you liked our content, do not forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button on your way out. Have a good one.
The Council should note that Hal Jordan's claims have since been proven true by Demrak's authorities.